Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Mukrima Abdullah, Research Officer from Forest Research Institute of Malaysia. Today, I'm going to share with you guys our interesting finding on ecotourism, entitled Ecotourism as Tool for Eradicating Rural Poverty in Peninsular Malaysia. This is the presentation outline. What is the relationship between ecotourism and local community? The relationship can be clearly seen in the definition of ecotourism itself. As you can see from the slide, at the international level, United Nations and the International of Ecotourism Societies (TIS) both mentioned about local community. United Nations state ecotourism generate economic benefit to host community, while TIS state that ecotourism sustain the well-being of local people. How about at the national level? Our National Ecotourism Plan 2016-2035 also mentioned about the role of local community. According to the plan, ecotourism at Malaysia defined as tourism experiences evolved through collaboration between government, private sector, local community, and that includes the following element: respect for nature, contribution to conservation, benefit to local community, component of education and awareness, sustainability, ecologically, economically, socio-culturally, and also ethically. Ecotourism also is one of the strategies contributing to the Sustainable Development Goal. Pillar number 1, alleviating the poverty of local community, especially at rural and remote areas. Ecotourism has become an opportunity to spur the country's rural socio-economic development, hence alleviate poverty in Malaysia. At Malaysia, ecotourism takes place in the country protected area. Until 2019, there are 521 protected areas with total size of 6 million hectares. Some protected areas established and managed by the federal government, while others are administered by the individual state itself. Permanent Forest Reserve is one of the category of protected areas in Malaysia. Permanent Reserve Forest is protected under Forestry Act 1984 and National Forestry Policy 1992, where Forestry Department of Peninsular Malaysia is responsible for managing, planning, protecting, and developing the area. Forests provide a wide variety of social and economic benefit. According to FAO, globally it is estimated that over 2.4 billion people depend on forest goods and services. That means about 30% of world population still depend on forest resources. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, only 13.7% of Malaysian population depend on forest goods and services, either direct or indirect. Some of the forest goods and services benefited local community are food resources, herbs and medicinal plants, fresh water, non-timber forest product for handcraft, employment opportunity, and most importantly, ecotourism and also recreation. As you can see from the slide, those categories are the relationship between forest and ecotourism. Ecotourism creates businesses and tourism employment among the local community, hence improve the local household income and uplifting the socio-economic status of local community. There are two main phases in conducting this study. The first phase is rapid rural appraisal, and the second phase is survey implementation. The first phase involves site visit, focus group discussion with local authority and government agency, identifying key informant, discussion with local community, and lastly, secondary data collection. While the second phase involves few steps. The first one is sampling, determination of sample size, questionnaire design, training enumerator, and lastly, the household survey itself. Today's presentation only focuses on preliminary results from 4 states, Perlis, Kedah, Perak, and also Negeri Sembilan. This study also targeted on community live within and adjacent of permanent forest reserve, where most of the ecotourism sites are located at. A total of 1,449 households from 44 villages, including indigenous people, were successfully interviewed. These are the information for each individual state. Perlis, Kedah, Perak, and Negeri Sembilan. The benefit of ecotourism for community can be broadly categorized as economy, socio-cultural, and physical. However, the most direct benefit can be determined through economy by the local improvement in employment and income. Therefore, the impact of ecotourism and forest-related activity can be assessed through the household monthly income. The average household monthly income from each state as shown in the graph below. The income level of this community even lower than the average household monthly income for rural Malaysian. This finding supports statement by the National Ecotourism Plan in 1996, which state that local community living at ecotourism site generally have low income. Therefore, ecotourism may provide viable economic option for this community. The impact of ecotourism-related activity can be assessed through income generation. Figure below shows the category of income that taken into account in calculating the contribution of ecotourism towards household income. The categories are recreation and ecotourism, employment opportunity, forest ecosystem services, non-timber forest product. The percentage of ecotourism forest-related activities as source of income range from 5.3% up to 13.8% from the total income. Although it is just side income, this shows that ecotourism forest-related activity contributes to the income of the communities. The extent of poverty among this community could be seen from the incidence of poverty among the household in the area. Poverty in Malaysia is measured based on the poverty line income or PLI. Based on this study, the highest poverty level was Negeri Sembilan, followed by Kedah, Perlis and Perak. If there is no income from ecotourism forest-related activity, the poverty level among this community may increase up to 9% from the current poverty level. By taking these four states as example, this study proved that ecotourism and forest-related activity contribute to the community income and has potential to eradicate poverty in Peninsular Malaysia. The study reveals that ecotourism forest-related activity has provided a supplementary or alternative income and new employment opportunity to local community. Although it does not reduce rural poverty as much as might be expected from a large rural-based industry, but still, there is a great potential of it. Based on the finding, there are two strategies that I would like to recommend. First, promotion of community-based ecotourism, or known as CBET. Asian countries such as Cambodia, Thailand, and Indonesia already implemented CBET. CBET has a great potential to be implemented in Malaysia. Combination between ecotourism and conservation activity can be further explored to balance out between ecotourism, conservation, and economic benefit of local community. CBET also offers alternative way to increase income, thus eradicate poverty of local community. Second strategy that I would like to recommend is the development of ecotourism area, especially near to local community. The development of ecotourism area create local businesses and also job opportunity. This strategy is in line with the National Ecotourism Plan to transform local community in a positive manner and enhance the well-being of local community. This strategy also can be used to implement as a tool to eradicate poverty in Malaysia. Ecotourism-related activity provides significant economic benefit, and the income received are important in reducing rural poverty. Forest conservation strategy also should pay more attention to balance the need for conservation and ecotourism, hence eradicate rural poverty, especially in Peninsular Malaysia. That's all for my presentation today. I would like to thank to Forest Research Institute of Malaysia, Forestry Department of Peninsular Malaysia, Department of Orang Asli Development, and also to my team. If there is any inquiry, please drop me an email. Thank you.